Now, Steve Kerr has talked about the emotional and spiritual fatigue that can set in for a Warriors team that has now played in 4 straight finals. And remember, Steve Kerr knows a thing or two about this from his years with the Chicago Bulls. They simply have to fight through it.
The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And that one drops. George has got his first points of the game.
Excellent offensive positioning from Paul George. Size, length, touch. Beautiful.
Curry finds Green. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Green. Shoots from the right block. Shot clock at 6. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Lays it up and banks it in.
There's a dogged intensity with which Draymond Green plays the game of basketball. He will get to the space he wants and score it.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Adams.
Yeah, nice defensive effort there by Cousins. He can be a two-way terror.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks very much, David. And guys, do you see the strategy the coach laid out for him paying off?
Well, it's the right strategy, but it's tough to say whether they can pull it off. I mean, this is a team that shoots a high percentage even against the best defense.
I think they've got to make sure that they have aggressive but controlled closeouts to shooters. Any laziness at the defensive end will cost them.
Now, here's George. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go. He's off from 17 feet.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Oh, George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Thompson.
And just the rugged nature of Cousins getting into the body there offensively.
Here's Westbrook and the rejection by Cousins. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
Jerebko's checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Markieff Morris comes in for Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Nobody near George. Sinks the triple. George has got 8 points.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
Up top, Curry. He's guarded by Schroeder, and the shot is good.
Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Top of the key. That one, no good.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Russell Westbrook is surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find.
You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Noel. Paul George is out there with Morris. Then there's Felton. And it's Schroeder in at the point. He had a nice open look right there. He's got 11. Opening night of the regular season, blue sky for every team, Doris. Optimism is high. Players thinking about all the possibilities ahead.
No doubt. It's a time of tremendous optimism for both the teams and the fans of these teams. And the culmination of the work you put into the offseason, who's improved their skill level, who's added a dimension to their offensive game. We're all salivating for the start of this year.
Cannot wait.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And he was one of many big names in free agency this past summer. Paul George, a huge part of that. But, you know, Greg, he didn't take long to make his decision.
Many expected George to maybe jump to the Lakers. Had been saying it was his dream to play in LA for over a year, but credit Westbrook and the Thunder. They won him over. He was one of the first signings in free agency to re-up with OKC.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Cook, he's checked in for Curry.
And checking out some stats for Iguodala. How he did last season. Averaged 6 points per game, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in from the arc. And the Warriors miss again. And so George will bring it up for Oklahoma City. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Morris passes to George. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
When you think about the 2 consecutive first-round playoff exits for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this is a franchise that had made it to the conference finals in 4 out of the previous 6 seasons. So not the kind of deep run they're accustomed to.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Schroeder, right side. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Schroeder's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Here's Cook. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And the Thunder struggling to break through in the West. Doris, are they going in the wrong direction?
Well, certainly they've lost their fair share of star players. And you wonder, do rival executives start to think they may need to trade Westbrook and start from square one?
Here's Bell. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder. Cook kicks it to Looney. Over Adams. The shot by Looney, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson comes in for George. The shot by Thompson, no good. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Robertson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shooter kicks to Westbrook. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
I love how Westbrook rises and fires immediately. Ball touches his hands and it's gone before you can blink.
Thompson for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And some good. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite and outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
And now with the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Warriors trail by 3.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
The tremendous pair of Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the small forward position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. As we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Oklahoma City's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Westbrook. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. And Adams with the slam.
Well, simply stated, Steven Adams is a force to be reckoned with rebounding the basketball.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Green. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Floats one up. Outside for Curry. A 3-pointer off the mark.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Here's Westbrook. A putback. Cousins pulls it in. The Warriors trailing. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd basket of the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Draymond Green obviously gives you a lot of things, Doris, but what really jumps out on the stat sheet are the assists he picks up.
Well, I think Draymond Green would tell you that it's helpful to have terrific scorers around you, but what this young guy does have is incredible vision, an unselfish and focused mindset. Draymond Green is an asset to any organization.
Antetokounmpo. The offensive rebound.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
1:31 left here in the third quarter. Robertson kicks to Westbrook. Beyond the arc. And the three ball is good. Westbrook's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
Now, this shot is key for Russell Westbrook, right? If his three-point shot is on the mark, you cannot guard this guy.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jordan Bell's checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then for the Thunder, Nerlens Noel comes in for Steven Adams. That's Felton in for George. And again, no good by Golden State. The Thunder have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Robertson. He's covered by Thompson. Robertson finds Felton. 5 to shoot. It's not going to go for him. And Golden State will come the other way. Bell up on top. Back to Thompson. No good that time. Westbrook with the nice D there. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's the three. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Iguodala the pass to Bell. Makes it off the glass. Bell's got his first basket of the night.
I'll tell you, nothing like having excellent interior position and the athleticism to finish. Jordan Bell, step to the mic, sir.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So for Oklahoma City right now, Morris is out there with Noel. Then there's Grant. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Felton in at the 2 spot.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
Andre Iguodala had some versatility coming into the league, but Doris, he's now developed into the ultimate chameleon.
Well, Steve Kerr calls Andre Iguodala maybe the smartest player he's ever coached. And think about since he's entered the league, he's become stronger and a more consistent shooter. He understands exactly what the team needs moment to moment. This guy's completely unselfish, makes the right plays. I mean, this guy is a perfect player for any system.
To the middle, here's Jerebko. Thompson for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Schroeder outside. In the corner, it's Felton. And here is Noel. Schroeder kicks to Grant. Schroeder surveying the floor. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Jerebko. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. The Thunder also changing it up. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Paul George comes in for Jeremy Grant. And it's Andre Robertson in for Raymond Felton. Here's Curry with the 3, sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Warriors.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Here's Adams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Well, Steven Adams is as strong a player as there is in the NBA. Draws the contact there.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Pass to Thompson. Golden State moving it around. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Come on now, this guy is more than just a great shooter. Klay Thompson, really good feel for the offense.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Schroeder with the ball. And Curry pulls it down.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Pass to Antetokounmpo to take the lead, and he sinks the layup.
And really liking the effort we see here tonight. Neither team giving much ground.
And I think, Greg, you've got to love how much effort has been exerted by both teams. What a tight ball game we've got.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
And really the defense on both sides, non-existent.
Yeah, as strong as some of these offensive performances have been, it's just not been solid on the defensive end. Neither team showing much heart in that department.
Schroeder kicks to George. No good on that one. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Thompson dishes to Curry. On the pass to Cousins. Curry finds Cousins. Back to Curry. Shoots over Schroeder. Hits the front of the rim and out. Oklahoma City's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Count it!
Klay Thompson loves delivering in tight spots. How easy does he make that big bucket look?
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 4. 56 seconds left in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If we make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
As physical a player as there is in the entire NBA, Steven Adams putting the defense in a tough spot.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Thompson outside. 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
You know, you've got to be composed mentally right now at this time of the game. It's really careless play right there.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 3. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
Here's Westbrook. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
You know, Kev, despite the fact that this guy has already won multiple MVP awards, Steph Curry is still pursuing improvement and trying to add to everything his team does. I love that approach.
For 3, Westbrook So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. DeMarcus, close one tonight. How did you guys turn it around at the end?
We got some key stops down the stretch. So we let this team score way too many points. But I think we locked down defensively towards the end and got a good win.
Defense does win more than offense. Thank you, DeMarcus. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview.